Hey everybody, Bonehead for the Bonehead podcast, and we've had another Warhammer community article with a few more details about Gutter Bowl. So I thought I'd drop a little video and a little bit on the podcast out there to just kind of make sure everyone is kept up to date about the new version of Blood Bowl as possible. Okay, so if we mosey on over to the Warhammer community, we can see that the article dropped today. So Blood Bowl designers commentary on the Gutter Bowl expansion. So let's see what we can see. So we recently announced the upcoming release of Gutter Bowl, a brand new way of playing Nuffle's great game with its own unique spin. But what exactly is Gutter Bowl? We caught up with lead games designer games developer Jay, to get the lowdown on this exciting new game. Jay, Gutter Bowl is the vicious little brother of Blood Bowl. It's not exactly regulated or legal within most cities, and it's mostly played between the patrons of various taverns who, having enjoyed a couple of beers while watching the pros play on Cabal Vision, naturally take to the streets eager to prove their own skills in a makeshift game. I really do love the art they're putting out at the moment. It is just gribbly and cartoony, and I really want a Bonehead podcast foam finger. That's we're gonna have to sort that. Teams are a mix of ale-addled old-timers, former players who could have gone pro if they wanted, cocky young upstarts who think they have a shot at the big time, and all manner of other misfits. There's no referee and barely any rules, just the bare minimum required to provide some semblance of a structure for the game and determine a winner. It's pure carnage. How does it play? Gutter Bowl uses the same core mechanics as regular Blood Bowl, though it's more of an organised punch-up than resembles a game. That resembles a game rather than a proper sport. I mean, there's a lot of players who play Blood Bowl like that anyway, right? Yes, Dwarf, Chaos players, I'm looking at you here. And of course, Chaos Dwarf players. There are some rules differences between the two games. Gutter Bowl is shorter and played by 7 rather than 11's players. Okay, it is a version of 7's then. Alright. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. The players are out of shape and they'll likely collapse if they have to run too much. This results in a quicker, much more chaotic experience, meaning you can play more games during an evening should you wish. Okay, so we saw the scoreboards. The scoreboards and turn markers went to 6 rerolls and 6 turns, so we kind of had an inkling that this was going to be 7's. Based on that, I think... I mean, we kind of got that, right? We got that. I'm happy with that output. It isn't played on lush grass turf like its bigger brother. Instead, it's played within the streets or sewers of the old world with the boundaries marked out by makeshift chalk drawings and jumpers. Ah, what a classic. Tell me you didn't play football using jumper goals. Players need to navigate around buildings, market stalls, and sewer pits as they try to score, all of which can have a hazardous and hilarious impact on the game. Okay, the pitch has 2 sides, the street pitch and the sewer pitch, with various obstacles as well as a number of barricades which are tricky to traverse safely and would likely hurt all the more if a player is shoved into them. On the street pitch, market stalls are impassable to players, but their wares make for excellent makeshift weapons, and players that get shoved into them are far more likely to end up as crumpled heaps on the floor. Okay. I mean, we'll read through the article, then I've got some thoughts on how this is actually going to work out. I love the popcorn art, that's wicked. Though players may not willingly enter a sewer gate on the sewer pitch, an opponent may seize the opportunity to send them toppling into the slop. They may just end up smelly, or they may end up on the wrong end of something far more sinister. Oh, you know, on a pitch with terrain, I think Black Orcs might be quite fun with grab just integral. They can just potentially just line up some good surfs. Surfs into sewer pitches, into sewer holes, which I do like. We've got a goblin and a skaven. And he's throwing him in a little rubber dinghy. Isn't that lovely? Right, what are the differences? Probably the most obvious difference in Gutter Bowl is the lack of a referee. With no referee, players can't get sent off for any reason, and they are free to foul opponents without risk, though there's still a limit of 1 per turn. Secret weapons therefore work slightly differently. Instead of being sent off at the end of a drive, they instead roll a d6. On a 4+, they've got away with it, though on a 1, 2, 3, the watching fans have become annoyed and dragged them off the pitch to enact their own brand of justice. I really like the unique kickoff and weather tables. Each pitch has its own version with suitably wacky results that can cause all kinds of chaos. You got some wicked art here as well. This is potions. They're bringing potions back. This is potions. This is potions. There were potions in the Sewer Bowl rules, the unofficial Sewer Bowl rules. This is potions. That's my guess. You may have to contend with the city guards, loose dogs pinching the ball, rogue washing lines falling onto players, riots, and even Mrs. Miggins at number 12 launching flower pots at players for disturbing her afternoon nap. Or you'll encounter swarms of rats, an influx of fresh sewage, or a tentacle terror that lurks in the depths, or may decide to get involved, dragging one unlucky player into the gloop. Gutterball will be available to pre-order soon, so keep an eye on Warhammer community. So, except for more details, we're not getting more details than this. This is surely like, this is it now, because it's Thursday and we are going to be live for pre-order on Saturday. Okay, let's talk about what we know and what we've learned. So it is gonna be a version of 7s. If you listen to the podcast, it's dropping on Friday for patrons and Saturday for everybody else. They've got the old Spike magazines there. That's wicked. Just checking for Easter eggs. So it's going to be 7s. We talked about this on the podcast this week. That's dropping at the weekend. Based on the turns, we kind of expected it to be 7s. We did kind of have a hypothesis that this is going to be a version of 7s, and actually it's looking like that's bang on the money. I love 7s. 7s is an excellent way to play Blood Bowl, so this is going to be quite fun too. Now, looking at the pitch, if it is going to be a 7s game, which it is, I think my prediction of 15 wide, 20 deep is bang on the money. I think we're going to have a 7s pitch that's just 2 squares wider to compensate for all the traps and the market stalls and stuff like that. And that's actually very, very, very cool. A couple of things in this I do like. I love the idea of the kickoff tables. We talk about on the podcast this week about, like, actually we're really hoping that this expansion finds a way to make it more of an immersive experience. Okay, you play Dungeon Bowl, you're playing Dungeon Bowl. It's got a different vibe. You've got different teams, you've got a different pitch. You play 7s, you've got different teams, you've got different pitch. Like, even with just the team construction rules. No kickoff, obviously, in Dungeon Bowl. So kickoff results in this one being fun. I think is a great little add-on, and it's a great other way to play, a great alternative. Another way to play is brilliant. Is more Blood Bowl, is more better, and more 7s is even more better. So very happy with that. The secret weapons changing, that's exactly how it was in Street Bowl. It's a solid way of doing it. It's the end of the drive, you roll a dice. On a 4+, they just get, they're fine. On less than a 4, they get mobbed. That's awesome. If you're playing 7s and you can't take a secret weapon. You just can't take a secret weapon because they will it's just a drive. You just get them on there for 3-4 turns and that's it for the entire game. You can't afford bribes. It's just not, like, obviously you can do it, but it's less fun. This also means that in the confines of the sewer pitch, the death roller might actually be worth a punt. I don't know if you can fit it in on this team, but the fact that it just sticks around in a 4+ is actually a little bit better. Unique kickoff and unique weather. I love the idea of that. We did Sewer Bowl 7s 4 years ago, and we had a fancy kickoff result, including fresh sewage coming up and moving everyone on the pitch and stuff. It's very cool. There's a lot of great stuff you can do, like, thematically. So I really like that. Now, when it comes to the terrain, it says here a couple of times, like, bumping people into stuff is going to hurt them. I think the baseline for this is the Dungeon Bowl rules, which is if you push into an obstacle, like a wall or a pillar or something, and you cannot go into that because there is a wall or a pillar there, you roll a dice, and I think on a 4+ you stack it into the ground. That's kind of the bottom line with this here. I think hopefully it'll be something different. It'll be a case of, like, if you are pushed into an object or a wall, it counts as you're kind of stabbed. You roll armor. I think that will make it more fun, kind of gives you that kind of it makes it more violent, and it makes it more kind of like, right, and I put a guy here, and then I get a surf into a wall, and I'm looking for a push. If I get a push, I get the chance to break your armor. Wicked. Now, in old school Street Bowl, the ground had Mighty Blow. The ground and walls had Mighty Blow. So, again, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see this at least come into play on the street pitch. The guys at Games Workshop, they play the games. They love the games. They know the stuff. So as a real cool nod, I think we'll probably see the ground getting Mighty Blow, especially for Street Bowl, even if it's just for the pitch, which I think is going to be Street Bowl related. In Street Bowl, there was a potions vendor as well, where you could like pay, I think it was 50k, and you roll a random potion, and some of them are great, some of them are not. I think we're going to see some cool random tables in this, and I think, you know what, if this is a sevens construction, then we will need some more inducements. And I think the great thing about this is that we can potentially filter these into sevens, so you can kind of play a rough and ready sevens with the crowd rules, the referee rules of this version, which actually opens up a lot of the builds a little bit more. You know, you can sneak a secret weapon on, there's a chance you're going to keep it around. I think it's just better fouling and stuff. It's just quite fun. So I like the idea of that. We still don't know what the pitch is going to look like, but I am very confident now that we're going to get a 15 wide, so 2 full wide zones, and a no man's land, so 15 by 20 pitch. But I don't think we're going to find that out tomorrow. I think we're going to wait until, don't know, when does the New Zealand pre-orders go live? I imagine they'll go live, what, Friday night? So might have to do a bit of a late one. Jump onto the Games Workshop website and see that to get pictures of the pitch. They've got to do full pictures of the pitch. Please tell me they're going to do full pictures of the pitches. I want to know what the pitches look like. Give me pictures of the pitches, please, because I want to know what the sewer pitch looks like, because I've already printed a load of tiles and I would like to start building it, because we're aiming to live stream a game or two of this next week, as soon as we get our hands on the rulebook, because it just seems fun. It just seems a lot of fun, and anytime you get encouraged to paint some models up or build a pitch or something like that, it's just a really fun extra thing. So very, very, very cool. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Happy blocking. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the channel even further, please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. Or come join us on YouTube members or in Patreon, where you can get exclusive access to some content, some loot, early access to basically everything we do, as well as regular competitions. Or you can pick up some Bonehead Podcast loot either on our website at boneheadpodcast.com. We've got the Dungeon Bowl things, we've got tokens and stuff like that, or on our Spreadshirt site as well. Everything you do just helps us make more content and hopefully do it of better quality. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Happy blocking.